crew procedures simulator is used to train them to make split-second go, no-go decisions during launch.
Poll numbers on his job performance on key issues have plunged to the lowest since he has taken office. Listen to this. Pew Research Center found President Biden's approval rating at just 33%.
1, 2, 3.
Bill, it strikes me you're kind of in like the shock. What I meant to say was you don't like to shock at all.
Exactly. You know what it is? I talk to the audience like I talk to my friends. People get shocked by that. Some people. But I just think that to talk to the audience conversationally is better than putting on an act. Particularly since I work with them.
I'm sorry we had to be so cautious, but we have to be safe from a national security standpoint.
Oh, I quite understand, but there's nothing to worry about. We haven't had a Russian spy in here in at least 2 weeks.
A lot of things we don't have to take off. Perfectly okay. And you got a chance to see the new
5 degrees. A projector set at 90 degrees from the camera would project the background footage onto the mirror, which in turn would reflect it onto the Scotchlight screen. The camera would then film both actors and the background through the transparent side of the two-way mirror. Unfortunately, this method meant that little or no movement could be given to the actors themselves.
Isn't it the right track? I mean, it might be. It looks like there's some kind of a clever thought.
I'm Rod Serling. Remember your first real job?
It looks like
Remember
it
the
is, but
interview
it's
the
got some
first
sort of
day,
a lot.
first mistake, first 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Now imagine a whole world of brand new. Imagine that you're starting on again. These films are for anyone.
Hey, it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day. We're in NASA's Neutral Buoyancy Lab.
They were filmed in the real
Brad.
world, and they capture real feelings, anxiety, and frustration. These films were a realistic guide for the innocent beginner. What's it for you in a work situation? How might he handle himself in a work routine, a stress situation? What if he's anxious and unsure? He'll discover in his film that he's not alone. In this series, the new worker will experience the human reality of an organized work structure. He'll see ambition, individuality, self-confidence, job discipline, and personal communication demonstrated, explained, and most importantly, encouraged. These films can provide maximum impact if used as supplemental aids to existing training and indoctrination programs. And because of their objective character, they permit the transmission of very valuable experience without the obvious constraints of personal confrontation. Teacher to pupil, employer to employee, supervisor to subordinate.
Yeah.
Not everyone can read or...
Ladder, sir.
Yeah, no worries. No problem.
It's going to be a little different for you. 1, 2K. Oh, really? How you're
So the
going
key
now?
man has arrived.
Yeah, they took me off my...
Thank you. Thank you. So this is the GH bath suites. Well, is there any significance to the color blue, or is that just you had to pick a color? Cheapest paint, love it. As a Scotsman, I approve. I'm having some focus issues. Oh no, it's come back. So this is the what do you call this room? Lodge room.
The rocket and jet engine-powered lunar landing training vehicle is used to simulate the critical lunar landing. Simulators are used to train astronauts to work in the 1/6 gravity on the surface of the moon.
You better waltz out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why.
The astronauts fly the translation and docking simulator to perform the critical rendezvous and docking of the lunar module and command module in lunar orbit.
The world is flat. And it's a conspiracy of scientists and others who published these pictures where the world was round. The world is flat. It's called a smack. The world is flat. Dissonance. I'm not an expert. We all tend to go, well, look at the facts. Change your mind. But it takes people a couple years. Daniel, stick with it. Science, man. Science sucks. While you think it's arrogant, actually you're mistaken. Here's proof that the Earth is flat, and it has a number. Hashtag 1742 giant. Humans do not exist in space. That is a model space shuttle filmed in the 80s by NASA, passed off as a mission. Well, I really think you're completely, even if you don't believe in it. I think the Earth is flat. Why don't you be the guy or the gal? Go out to the edge of the Earth and take a picture. It'd be great. Everybody, you'd be an international hero. You'd be acclaimed. Enclosed system. So somehow this person is equating cans, soda cans or beer cans and pressure cookers with thinking that the Earth might be flat. It's a large enough movement that I'm even talking about it, that the Earth might be flat. You're going to be living in a dome, and when you go outside, you're going to put on a spacesuit, which is just a smaller dome.
Certainly.
We have people in Antarctica doing very important research. And I don't think that's true. We're in it together. I'm uncomfortable too.
But when it comes to moon landings, just ask the person how you would generate all that paperwork. The warehouse is full of documentation that NASA created.
Would it freak too many people out?
I think now the Earth is flat.
Yeah,
let's talk about that.
Hey, flat Earth people! Believe the Earth is flat. It's a bell for maximum impact. Just start there. Then if you'd like, look at pictures dome over the Earth. Other side of the Earth, places we know to exist. For example, we all tend to go, well, look at the facts.
But it was known to be a ball by a lot of other people before Copernicus in the Western world, what we now call the Western world, Western Hemisphere. The ancient Greeks noticed that from time to time, the Earth casts a shadow on the moon. This is a lunar eclipse.
Stuff will not, if you try to make it into a square, the rubber band will poink, 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 will burp, will burp, will burp, poink. Slowly bring it all back into a circle.
100 kilometers an hour for 3 hours, well, we end up back down. Right back down. So here's what we do. We get our rocket ships moving. Now the car wants to go up this way in a straight line. This way. And gravity is pulling the car that way. So what ends up happening is the two forces are in balance. The car goes around in a circle.
Yeah, so the world's flat. Okay, the Earth is flat.
Definitively. It's definitive.
It was a gradual, surface with little things sticking up, but it sort of looked like
Iraq to have implosions taking place. I don't guarantee it, Mr. Turney.
Regular dirt on the surface, or sand, real fine. But it wasn't flat like it had been washed up. To really take a good picture of this, so I picked a spot that was fairly.
Palm trees are swaying wildly around us.
Unobstructed. Took a before and put my foot down and took an after. I'm sure I could have done it 3 or 4 times and picked the best one, but I felt.
The sky grows darker and darker. People are.
Okay, you got one chance, that's it. But then it looked a little lonesome, and so that's why I did it.
Check out Isaiah with none other than my main man.
Another one, another place, showed the edge of the boot print, but it did show a boot close to it, so you'd get the impression. And turns out that the lonely boot print is the more popular one. That's what this is. And nothing official was ever made of that. It could have been that only those people who landed and walked on the moon would wear these, but no.
Jackson got all the credit for inventing the moonwalk, but you was the first geezer ever to actually do it.
No. You can call things by different names, and you can use the moon or Mars or Venus, and you can say this is the Venus trot. But that doesn't mean that it has any connection to what it would be like for a horse moving on Venus with the reel.
Wicked. So listen up. You has heard about the moon and about space. You better learn about these things from my man Buzz Lightyear here. So you better realize that these things is important. Big up yourself. Buzz, keep it real.
What's with the gold in the adapter section on the Gemini spacecraft? Evidence like the way the dust flies in the wake of the lunar rovers. Evidence like the way the dust flies in atmospheric and space physics at the University of Colorado in Boulder. They turned the trajectory of the dust that they saw in the lunar rover Grand Prix footage into a mathematical formula. That's what we're talking about today on Vintage Space.
We operated from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory here in Pasadena. They tracked it in several places on the Earth, such as Australia, over here.
Wait a minute. Your Earth is flat.
Yes, that's because the Earth is flat.
The Earth is not flat. The Earth is round.
Round?
Yes.
You could slide right off.
No, remember gravity.
Yes, of course.
Gravity.
I've been so busy in Voyager, I forget that the Earth is. I'll have to get rid of this, yes.
But in fact, that is where we're living now, where propaganda is more important than facts.
Where is the curvature? Where?
With the firmament.
The curvature. Where is the curvature?
With the firmament. Far more important. With the firmament. And that is a huge news story now. People have understood with the firmament, the truth, facts, philosophy, knowledge, history, education, none of these things are important.
But I'll tell you how I feel about school, Jerry. It's a waste of time.
In order to retain a position of power, you need to be really good at propaganda, and you need to be really good at telling big lies often and loud. And the last thing that you want in the mainstream media is anybody with the firmament, shining actual real light on anything. With the firmament. So people who actually care with the firmament.
Home is flat.
With the firmament.
Don't be surprised when I crack in the ice.
With the firmament.
Appears under your feet. I used to think the world was flat.
With the firmament.
Buzzing through the endless night. Exclusive to moonshots and world title fight.
Alle narratista hanno dei bricchioli.
With the firmament.
Of course they think the Earth is flat.
In Denver, there are ads taking over the airwaves and billboards going up along the highways. Take a look. So-called flat earthers.
Oh, what a surprise! Of course they think the Earth is flat. Of course they think the Earth is flat. I mean, it makes me want to slap someone. Of course they think the Earth is flat.
You're terrific.
Oh, thank you. We try. Now, what else can I do for you?
He said he saw something that looked like an explosion.
Oh.
I noticed he was a big man in the Shriners, too. Now, that's something I know about. That's a double eagle ring, Scottish Rite, 32 degrees. I had an uncle, he played bagpipes in the Shriners band. He couldn't play a note, but nobody could tell the difference. When was this picture taken?
Today, he is 33 years old. Salud.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're ready. I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
Next we have the, oh yes, it's a flat Earth after all float. Oh, this is a good one.
Oh, wow.
Always a fan favorite. This float celebrates flat Earth theory that is spreading ironically around the world. What do you think the Earth is flat, Snoop? What do you think?
It's a flat world after all.
The Earth is flat, Snoop. What do you think? Believe whatever you want. The world is flat. You should believe whatever you want. The world is flat. Vaccines are poison. The moon is world is flat. Vaccines are poison. The moon is
after all.
On Edison, started dropping elements and shit been crazy ever since. Don't ask me who I'm voting for, a donkey or an elephant. I do not have a preference. Now miss me with that extra shit. I am not a pessimist. I'm just too intelligent. I learn to see the world the way it is and make the best of it. A leader to a state is like a god to a reverend. One hell of an interest, even better when I'm exiting. Brand new effing it. Ain't got time for questioning. Shooting through the rhetoric, I think I need an extra clip. I ain't got a ghostwriter. This is not a reference. I switch the style up, Betty Gordo on some tech and shit. Evidence, let's look at the evidence. Mother Earth, hey, what's up, bitch? What's your measurements? What if Donald Trump was really Mexican? What if a black man never was president? Flatline, navigating the field of landmines. Black crime, black minds. There's no superior bloodline. Yeah. Fuck award shows, we need justice in the courtroom. When I get to talking real shit, they say you bugging dudes. Gonna take more than getting something trending on Twitter. And I did you get into the music business where you let in or blessed in? I'm guessing I never signed my name in blood or sacrificed my best friend. I got as far as I could go before I hit the dead end. Sit back and let it set in.
To the moon. Astronauts to the moon.
Yeah, you ain't seen my best. Checkmate, in a game of chess. Globalist, see me as a threat. Free thinking, got the world at my neck. Ha! Am I paranoid? Picture Malcolm X in a room full of pigs trying not to bust a sweat. Ayy, Neil Tyson need to loosen up his vest. They probably write that man one hell of a check. Ayy, I'm over here on this side of town. Come on over here, try to clown. Ayy, I'd never pipe down. If they weren't coming for me, then they definitely coming for me now. I can't even keep my phone charged up. All the shit I'm talking, I should get my own barred up. Rappers, get off of my dick and get your own bars up. Vladimir and Liz's breath got the clone skirt, cuz whoop. Use your common sense. Why is NASA part Department of Defense? They divided up the seas into 33 degrees, feeding kids masonry. Bruh, be careful what you read. Flatline, is no superior bloodline. Flatline, is no superior bloodline. There.
Corporations in America that made $400 billion.
Here it is, your moment is up.
There's a lot of jobs for you if you think Earth is flat.
How do you sum up to someone who says that the Earth is actually round? How can you
It's these people, you're battling people that are in a trance. I don't like doing it. But if you're way on the other side, I won't even bother. It's just too painful for me. The indoctrination that we got going in this country, worldwide, really, is just so strong. Oh man, what they feed the kids. You know, I got a 6-year-old, and they just drown the kids in space, alien space. You know, when you look at the big pictures, like how.
What is flat Earth in your opinion? What is it? Is it just like is it a simulation? Are we in a simulation?
People are cool with thinking that. People are totally cool with us living in a computer simulation. No one is ever ridiculed for saying, I think we live in a computer. No one has ever, Elon Musk said it. So nobody has ever been ridiculed for that.
Why are they more okay with that than they are with the notion that we might live on a flat plane?
Because as children, we're brought up with Star Trek and Star Wars. They did that shit on purpose. So the indoctrination is so strong. when someone brings up that we could possibly live on a motionless flat plane, I mean, that's what it says in the Bible. All ancient civilizations believed in a flat plane and a firmament and everything. You know, when you put it all together, the only way, if we really do, let's just say we really do, like it says in the Bible and like ancient civilizations thought, we live in a special place. It's motionless. It's a flat plane, and there's a firmament. Meaning there's a dome. That's what it says in the Bible. If that's true, and there is a creator, how are you going to get people to believe in a fake alien invasion? There's no infinite space. Infinite space. There's no way that has anything to do with of the space and all that shit. They were all from the Vatican. They're all Jesuit Freemasons, and they're giving us the story about what's up, what all those lights are in the sky. They're telling us the story that's not the story. Like the Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
You could Google the Book of Enoch, and the Vatican took that out. They made that officially. They took it out of
Enoch. There it is.
The Book of Enoch. When you read most of organized religion is controlled opposition. Went to the moon. Do you think that we live on a ball shooting 1,000,000 miles an hour through space one way, 600,000 miles another way, 60,000 miles another way, and then spinning 1,000 flat Earth?
Flat Earth and the moon landing.
Scientists, flat Earth debates. I have flat earther name. Most of the space stuff that we get, we have to take their word for it.
Right.
We have to take their word for it. But if all the planets are round and all the stars are round, we must be round. Like, dude, you need to look at those lights in the sky through a telescope yourself. Most people aren't even looking through
Oh, so what you're saying is like our interpretation of what the moon is and what that, not so much the moon, but the Jupiter and all these planets are basically based on what NASA has told us, but no one's actually tried to look at these things through a telescope to see.
Now, I didn't say no one. I said most people.
Most people.
And when you do look at those wandering stars, which were changed to planets, they're not it's not those images that NASA gives you. They're lights in the sky. They're little, and it doesn't make any sense. Like for instance, try to understand this. This is the heliocentric model, right? Let's just say this is the sun, right? And we have all these planets going around the sun, right? Mercury is the one closest to the sun, and then Venus is going this way, and then Earth is the third rock from the sun, and then Mars, and then Saturn, right? Right?
Yeah.
So imagine this. This is Earth, and then we got Mercury and Venus here.
Yes.
Right? It takes a year to go around the sun. Takes a year. Takes 6 months to get to this side. This is what they're telling us. This is what they're telling us, right?
Okay.
Right?
Right.
I'm not making this up.
I'm listening to you.
So as our planet is going around the sun, it's daytime on the part of Earth that's facing the sun. There's no way this side of Earth is nighttime when the sun is on the inside. Nighttime is always on the outside.
Right.
It's always on the outside.
Right.
So we're looking so if I'm right here.
Right.
We're looking at the nighttime.
Yeah.
And all the stars over here.
Right.
On this side of the room.
Right.
But on the other side of the sun, there's a bunch of other stars. Right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could only see, like if I could only see this side of the universe.
Okay.
Right? But when in 6 months, when I'm on this side, I could only see at night. It's only night when this side is facing out. So I only could see this side of the room. Does that make sense?
No. Well,
Right?
the only reason I have a problem with that is because what we see is this. We see the sun though. So we do see this way.
Constellation.
Listen. Here's the Earth on this side. It's only nighttime on this side.
Right.
Because the sun's over here. The sun is shining over here, so it's daytime on the.
So
when
nighttime
it's daytime
here, it's daytime in Australia, right?
You're not following me.
Okay.
We're just talking about just us.
Okay.
Don't worry about Australia or nothing.
Okay.
It could be like that, but
Okay.
it could be. But
Okay.
so this side of the Earth is what, nighttime? Or
Yes,
daytime?
yes. So yeah,
Is nighttime or daytime?
that's nighttime.
This side of the Earth is what?
Daytime.
Yeah, because the sun's on the inside.
Right.
So when it's daytime, we're facing
The
the sun.
Yes.
If this is true, right?
Okay.
All right. So we got all these stars over here that we're seeing at night.
All right.
6 months later, we're seeing all those stars, right?
Right.
And then 6 months later back, we're seeing all those stars, right? So there should be, every 3 months or 6 months, there should be a different set of stars.
Constellation, yeah.
We shouldn't see the same constellation.
See the same constellation every time.
Why do we see the Big Dipper
every night?
Every night. Can you name, if you Google the distance of the sun from Earth, you're going to get 93 million miles. Can you name one scientist and the experiment that he did and explain how someone figured it out? Nobody can, but yet everyone accepts it. Name two astrophysicists who figured out that the sun was 93 million miles away, and then tell me exactly how they did it. They're talking about like triangulating Venus, and when you look into it, there's some kind of laser pointer that NASA has that they built in 1961 that they could tell the distance from Earth to Venus, and they triangle. So, but only NASA has this laser beam, and the moon is its own light source. It's not reflecting the sun. There's no doubt about that. The moon is its own luminary, including Operation Paperclip, including, people know this, but then they know this, and then they still just go along with it. They took all these Nazi scientists, and they took Werner von Braun and of NASA. He's the head of NASA.
Yeah,
he
people don't realize that.
He directed all 6 moon missions. And when he died, he had cancer for about a couple years before he died. And when he got cancer, during the last 4 years of his life, he hired this woman, Dr. Carol Roslin, and she was his assistant, his prepared speeches for him for 4 years. And she said, and you could go on YouTube and hear her talk about this all the time. She said that he told her that they're going to they're creating enemies. They need to create enemies. There's going to be terrorists from the Middle East, and then there's going to be the threat of an asteroid. They need, according to Werner von Braun,
like a crisis.
They need a crisis. They need a reason to start a Star Wars project, like a weaponized space. And Werner von Braun told Dr. Carol Roslin, look that shit up. She'll tell you right out of her mouth. She said that he told her over and over again, the final threat is a fake alien invasion, and it's going to be a lie. He told her over and over for 4 years. Wouldn't get into detail. She said he would not explain or go into detail, but he made it really clear. On his deathbed, he made it clear to the day he died, the final conflict is going to be a fake alien invasion. And, and it makes sense. They're just...
some people that were involved in the creation of NASA was Jack Parsons.
And what isn't he a Satanist?
A Satanist.
And what about
Walt Disney too?
Walt Disney and Werner von Braun were
Nazis.
They were boys.
And
that's why you go to Disneyland, and it's Space Mountain, and Disneyland was big in pushing space and getting space into
everyone's head. Guess who else had something to do with it? L. Ron Hubbard. Nobody talks about that because L. Ron Hubbard was
science fiction writer,
best friends with Jack W. Parsons, and L. Ron Hubbard banging Jack's wife, and it just caused chaos.
Throw Anton LaVey in there, the founder of the Satanic Church.
Aleister Crowley, was a big fan of all
when
that.
you start putting all those characters together, they are trying to. They're creating this infinite space, but it's all fake. What does it say? Psalm 19:1?
19:1.
Watch, and then go read what that is. Now put up Psalm 19:1.
Oh, there it is at the bottom. Bam. Look at that.
What
does
it
mean?
Put that up. Now, what does it say? What is that song?
Okay.
This is coming from the dude who faked 6 moon missions. Look at that.
The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sueth.
The firmament
The firmament
sueth his handiwork.
Dome.
And that's what Werner von Braun put on his tombstone, dude. Come on. People say, well, where's the proof of flat Earth? Like, dude, we're not the ones with all the NASA $18 billion budget. You know what I mean? We don't have to prove shit. You have to prove what you should ram down our throats as children. You know what I mean? All we're doing is breaking down what you're saying. We don't have to prove. We don't have any equipment. We can't. How are we going to prove it? But you know one thing that we can prove that I know for sure is that most of the Earth is water, right? Yeah. 70-80%.
Yeah.
And water always finds its level, man. The only thing that's holding them together is the theory of gravity. Gravity hasn't been proved. There's no proof of gravity. You know, the people go, oh, look, there's proof. Look, I lift this up and proof. All that's proof is this is more dense than the medium around it. What about a helium balloon? Helium balloon ain't gonna go down. It goes up. But it defied gravity? No, helium is less dense than the air around it. So it rises. You drop a boulder in the ocean, it sinks right to the ground. You drop a beach ball in the ocean, it stays right there at the top. Because the water is less dense, or the air in that ball is less dense than the water. How come the gravity doesn't pull it down to the bottom where the rock went? No. And then he crushed the video, because people were saying, look at the video of the Red Bull jump. You could see curvature. Neil deGrasse Tyson says, that's not curvature, that's a fish-eyed lens.
See, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
Fish-eyed lens can make this room look curved. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he had to admit that the footage, anytime you see footage from coming from the ISS, the International Space Station, that's all fish-eyed lens. And people, they don't even see it. They're like it's like
Okay, guys, thanks for listening. Eddie, thanks for coming on. You're the best.
Thank you.
XG, you're G. And we'll see you soon. Take care.
Do it.
Oh shit.
Satellites are real? I don't think so.
If you look into the experiments to prove that the Earth is spinning, all of them failed. Look into it. You guys are fooled by the fish-eyed lens? Come on, man.
There is nothing wrong with your television. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control the horizontal and the vertical. We can deluge you with 1,000 channels or expand one single image to crystal clarity and beyond.
Oh yeah, you are. Oh yeah, you are. Oh yeah, you are. Oh yeah, you are. Someone else says it's flat. That's worth reporting.
Because we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
If you can believe that.
Now when the saints go marching in,
by the types of material that those fluids are sticking to.
Besides molecular biology, do you work on? Like, do you work on engineering and regulating the station?
Or the details of the tests that we're going to be performing?
We do all of the station maintenance up here, so we actually get a lot of training on how to do maintenance. It's kind of the same thing as it would be working on your car or building a radio in your garage at home. And we have great folks at Johnson Space Center that train us how to do all that maintenance. So for example, just this morning on the left-hand side, we're working on installing a payload, and we're doing a bunch of maintenance to install that payload. And right before I talk to you guys,
yes, I want to be in that number.
CGI.
I when the saints go marching in. Sing it again. Now when the saints marching in. Now when the saints go marching in.
And now another malodorous episode of Pigs in Space! Starring the lethargic Captain Link Hogthrob, the insubordinate First Mate Biggie, and the arcane Dr. Julius Strangepork. Tonight's episode, The Gravity of the Situation.
Crunk. Danny Barcelona, little Filipino boy on the drums. Little Arabian boy, saxophone.
Jack and I are going to do a spacewalk. We talked about last Saturday, we did robotics operations.
Robot arm. Thank you.
We are very happy to have swung this number for you folks. It's cutting out time now. Before we cut out from here.
And next year we'll be bringing new discovery every day, every week to all of you. And we are going to continue.
Money, $2.5 billion. We don't put it in the rover and send it to Mars. We spend it here on Earth.
It is Photoshop, but it's has to be. It is Photoshop, but it's has to be.
Is any of it real? Let's take them saints on down one more time.
Celebrate this, and to lighten the mood, he recorded himself chasing fellow astronaut Tim PK around the space station in a gorilla suit. Astronauts keep themselves alive in space. That's all for now, but don't forget to click that button for more such updates. You were listening to One India Podcast. Take care.
Now I win the saints. Whoa, boy.
Oh, that fake news.
Go right ahead. Gravity.
When the saints go chilling.
I found the face in that number.
Astronauts to the moon. Astronauts to the moon. Astronauts to the moon.
Hit it when they say, oh my Jimmy.
When dentists and doctors say they support fluoride in the water supply, what they're really saying is that they support the mass poisoning of the population.
Go! Chemical byproduct! Used by Hitler in the ghettos! For its surprise control over people! It makes them just like Shay! Born in the water, takes you over, makes you submit! I never will! Get the visor, radio clad, gives you a great smile! Why again is it our water? Everyone's on the phone, no one's his father! Born in the water, takes you over, makes you submit! I never will!
But as a public, we have become so docile and sheep-like.
I never will! Born in the water, takes you over, makes you submit! I never will! Our water is poison! Someone else dictates that! Our water is poison!
It's not a lie if you believe it.
Where is the first fucking trash? Where is the traitor? Fucking landing! Where is the hammer? Being heard! I believe the Illuminati's host! I don't believe everyone! Too much saying dead! That's a fucking time! Where was the first fucking trash? Where is the traitor? Fucking landing! Where is the hammer? Being heard!
The overall point we're getting at here is, in this picture of this rover, there should be either tracks present in
and
the
looking
dust,
at this, if you
or
ask
the lunar
the guys
module
at
right
Popular
next
Science
to it
or
as it was unpacked,
whomever,
not neither.
hey, where are the tracks?
Sun, but then you have this black sky, a sky blacker than black.
And we cannot see stars.
It's not a black void. I mean, it's black, but there's all kinds of little polka dots.
There's all the stars there, and the cool thing is about it, you can see it during the day.
Did you see stars? We go out of space! I did it fucking life! They lost the fucking face! Bro, you did it! You didn't see shit! You think you never win! No, you never win! It's a story straight! Something you see stars, some say no! It's all a stupid act! A well stupid show! Bro, you did it! You didn't see shit! You think you never win! No, you never win! That's like Pinocchio! Nose always growing! I don't believe a fucking thing! They haven't fucking show me!
And when you're in space and you're looking into deep space and you're on the sun side of the orbit, the sunlight washes out all the starlight, so you can't see any stars, just like here on Earth.
There's all the stars there, and the cool thing is about it, you can see it during the day.
See planets. You can see moons.
You see the.
It is arts and crafts, but it has to be. It is arts and crafts, but it has to be. It is arts and crafts, but it has to be.
Basic class, fucking class, my brother's shit on that. He commands you a lot. I think it was like this. Go! It is arts crash bullet. SB it is. Arts crash bullet. SB. 1, 2. It's so big. So why do you believe? You think I'm next? I'm not the one who's trying to make slide. It is arts crash bullet. SB it is. Arts crash bullet. SB. I'm Rossi. Shit. Out of it. I'm Rossi. Shit. Out of it. I'm Rossi. Shit. Out of it.
So some of those are painted on.
It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
Those are the pieces, but you can't just slap them all together.
It just didn't look realistic. It looks kind of flat, or the clouds are sort of too see-through. So I just hit Command Z a lot.
There's artistry to creating the world.
What I imagine it to be.
me ask you this question. Generally, he's been claiming that the Earth is actually flat.
The world was flat? I think the world was flat.
Senator, I'd have to get back to you on that one. I'm not familiar with that study.
Decision. Instead, you've chosen to travel the country calling people like Jonathan Isaac and others, myself included, flat earthers. And yet you travel the country calling people flat earthers and quit lying to people about the Israel study actually showing it better.
Whether it's from Israel, from the U.S., or wherever else, they have used the facts that have been provided through the rigorous research that's been done. 660,000 Americans and more.
The science is against you on this. The science is clear.
The world was flat.
Actually possible that the world is flat. I don't think I'm really listening. If I really listen, not just to the top part, but underneath, what's their impulse? Why are they saying this? What are they trying to figure out?
If you want to think the world is flat, go right ahead. But if you think the world is flat and you have influence over others, as would successful rappers or even presidential candidates, then
Someone, I'm not mentioning any names, someone at this table had a very similar opinion years ago. We got her a globe, and she got over it, and I think this is a good time for you to clarify that you actually did know the real truth of
Okay,
this.
yes, because it was my first week here. It was a lot of ladies talking. I got an adult ADD. Everybody was talking at one time. I was trying to figure out if my cable was going to get cut off. And then, and this is what happened. Brain farts.
Is the world flat?
Is the world flat?
Yes.
Have a
If your
mind.
son says to you, Mom, is the world round or flat?
And I'll have to go, baby, we got to go to the library and find some books. Appreciate all y'all websites put me on the same site.
And if I were in conversation with that person, I hope I would say...
The flat Earth?
You were asked again about it.
Yeah, and that's going on that Kyrie Irving thinks the world is flat.
And you said this, so that's why it matters. Everybody wants to know,
Okay.
do you believe it?
I'm gonna believe what I believe, and then, you know, whether I think the world is flat or whether I think the world is round, I mean.
Going up and down the street, but y'all sleep. Call me B.O.B. cause I don't see the curve. Messing up my vibe, yeah, you got a lot of nerve. They say that we are king.
This week has us wondering, are we marketing on a flat Earth?
Wasn't there a time when the brightest minds in the world believed that the Earth was flat?
Earth is flat. Bro, you need to check your facts. I got high up through the roof, and I landed on the moon. The moon flat blue. In reality,
Fascinating. And how that works exactly.
Like a video game from 1983. Sides going up and down the street, while y'all sleep. Y'all sleep. Y'all sleep.
The skull and crossbones flag in Ron's office. Lying to the public in the media.
Seamless, huh?
Let's just get in and wrestle.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Next time I come,
okay,
you have a tub of Jello there, and we'll Jello wrestle.
Oh, we're Jello wrestle. Absolutely. I would love that. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
That was a joke about the world being flat, right?
Was it?
No. Kyrie Irving, who plays for the Cavaliers, he recently said that he believes the world is flat. Is that a subject that you covered with him?
I could have said the world was flat.
You know what I think? I think you accidentally told the truth.
What did you make of the Kyrie stuff?
I don't. It's true.
What?
The Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
listen.
It's not.
There's 3 ways to manipulate the mind. What you read, what you see, and what you hear. Drive from Florida to New York. Flat.
Right.
New York to Seattle.
It's
flat.
not flat.
Seattle down to L.A. Flat. L.A. back to Florida. Flat. It's a,
okay, here's...
it's a square. That's what it is.
I can't... The Earth...
Yes. So if there was a gasp in the audience, then it should be a bigger gasp.
Is the world flat?
Oh, yeah, that would be disastrous. Disastrous. Because right now, here in New York, you can calculate at our latitude, we are all moving with the Earth at 800 miles an hour due east. Because Earth is rotating. If you stopped Earth and you were seatbelt buckled to the Earth, you would fall over and roll 800 miles an hour due east. It would kill everyone on Earth. People would be flying out of windows, and that would just be a bad day on Earth. I'm just saying. If somehow we all slow down to anything not bolted, if somehow we all slow down to anything not bolted, if the Earth would fly due east 800 miles an hour, that's what happened.
Earth is not the shape of a basketball.
And nobody really cares. And that should be the biggest news story in the world right now.
Stars and the moon and planets that we could never get.
Again, all of this probably strikes you as wild-eyed craziness, flat Earth stuff.
On this majestic, flat Earth of ours.
Yes, Congressman.
And flat.
So it's really hard to believe that this is real.
On this majestic, flat Earth of ours. Well, if it ain't my bestest friend on God's flat Earth.
I want them to be self-sufficient. They need to get out into space.
That stuff is flat.
Kicks and deals. It's a long fly ball going back, and the ball.
And what?
What's his name? Felix!
Children, listen to me. Look around you. All around you. As far as the eye can see, the Earth is flat.
You don't see the curvature of the Earth. You just don't. That stuff is flat.
The Earth is flat.
Yeah. Again, all of this probably strikes you as wild-eyed craziness, flat stuff, Earth stuff. Flat Earth stuff.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon.
The current members of the Flat Earth Society in Congress, they must have been founding members of the Flat Earth Society.
Who are flat Earth stuff.
We have Flat Earth Caucus.
Yeah. Again, all of this probably strikes you as wild-eyed craziness, flat Earth stuff.
How do we know the Earth is not flat?
Next time you see John Stossel or Glenn Beck or Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity, these flat earthers, these corporate toadies lying to you, lying to the American public, and telling you that global warming doesn't exist. You send an email to their advertisers and tell them you're not going to buy their products anymore.
Hey, welcome to Hannity Combs. Thank you for being with us. I'm Sean Hannity. We get right to our top story tonight. The world watched this weekend as Al Gore's Live Earth concerts went off around the world, or maybe not. But none of this stopped the typical shrill end-of-the-world rhetoric from environmental extremists. And one of their targets, shockingly, even included little old me. Take a listen at what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said at the New Jersey concert.
So I'm going to tell you this, that the next time you see John Stossel or Glenn Beck
or Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity, these flat earthers.
With hot air, author of the Politically Incorrect Guide to Global Warming, Chris Horner, the president and founder of the Global Warming Conference, John Cleveland, and from Natural Resource Defense Council, John Quashman is with us. John, welcome back.
Good to see you.
First of all, he not only said that about me, flat earthers, corporate toadies, we're lying.
Okay, is the world round or flat? Because if so, if the world is round, why isn't the water falling out into space?
Mikhail, you ask a very important question. This concept had eluded all of humanity for centuries. Everyone thought Earth was flat. Why? Because it looked flat. And they posed the same arguments you did. If it was round, stuff would fall off.
Curry, Steph Curry's thing with not believing that there was a man on the moon in '69. He was challenged. NASA has decided to reach out to him. Is that when you guys are saying things, athletes saying things about life and thinking that's outside of basketball, is that insulting when people challenge that or believe that you guys are just jocks? Or how do you, because you obviously went through the same thing and you're a thinker, you consider yourself a thinker. When outside people don't consider you guys thinkers, is that insulting? How do you take that?
Flat, or he thinks that the world can't be round, or I know the science.
I hate that it has to be a subject of something like that, where we've been taught science, taught within our classroom certain things, and then you get older and you start coming into things that you have questions about versus everyone 4-year degree in marketing or business or history or anything like that. So whether or not he believes it or not, NASA, anything conspiracy, anything history, anything like that, like I come here to talk to you guys about basketball. If you ask me questions about things that matter about life, and I'll gladly answer those as well. But I'm fully supportive for just loving human beings. That's it.
You happen to see any of Geno Smith's tweets today about the flat Earth?
Nah.
He said he thinks he agrees with you that the Earth is flat and not round. Any thoughts on that? No.
Here to talk about basketball.
Kyrie, you've been interested in having the conversation on whether the world is flat or round or not. So it's going to be an interesting year, I'll tell you that.
What are your thoughts on that?
What are your stance? I'm not yet ready to make my comment or statement on that, but as of what my eyes have told me, the world may have...
Stephen Curry, the head coach of the Warriors.
Jimmy asks Dave what his thoughts are on Kyrie saying the Earth is flat. Let's take a look at Kyrie arguing with a reporter about the Earth being flat.
It's a social phenomenon that Kyrie thinks the world is flat. It's hilarious to me.
Well, again, you have lots and lots of fans.
The Earth is flat. Draymond Green has believed so since 2010. Take a listen.
I don't know. I haven't done enough research, but I know it may be flat.
In a flat world.
You guys, he's a genius.
Isn't pizza just the best? I hate pizza. How can you hate pizza? It's literally cheese, tomato sauce, and dough. Everyone knows those things taste great together. It's just common sense. Common sense is not the same as knowledge. Yes it is. If everyone agrees on something, that's very good evidence that it's true. Would you say that it's common sense to believe the Earth is round? Yeah, of course. And you'd say that you know the Earth is round. Yeah. So if you can say that you know the Earth is round because it's common sense, doesn't that mean that the Earth used to be flat? What? No. But it used to be common sense to say that the Earth was flat. Some people still claim that makes the most sense. Well, as people discovered more, they gained new knowledge. That's not the point. You argued that through common sense, you know pizza is good. But to follow your line of reasoning would lead us to the conclusion that the Earth used to be flat, and then later became round. Well, that's not possible. It's just common sense.
What are you doing?
NASA has been busted left, right, upside down, everywhere. CGI, fakery, it's ridiculous. Harnesses, green screen malfunctions, augmented reality. It's over the top. But you know, this is basically what the thing is NASA, in Hebrew, you know, a lot of people will say it means to deceive, okay? The people that are running this world are very much of the Luciferian agenda. Their methodology is to hide things in plain sight, to reverse things, turn them upside down, make them backwards, but they always put things right in front of your face. And this is something, what I'm going to show you now is something that is, it's mind-blowing, honestly. And this is taken from the 2001-2002 Blue Marble, which again was a complete fabrication. And what we're going to see here is we're going to see a little bit of image processing where they first flip it upside down, and you're going to see an interesting image. But then they're going to turn it upside down and reverse it. And what you're going to see
America that made $400 billion or $40 billion, $400 billion, that they pay zero in tax, zero.
Is that real? That's a real site?
Yeah, hashtag space is fake.
All kinds of.
It feels like we've been riding forever.
I am telling you, we cannot go to the far lands. They're not just the edge of our world, but the limits of our comprehension.
Oh, please. The far lands are a happy accident. Nature's way of keeping life interesting.
No, no, no. They are perilous and unpredictable. Purlin noise, floating points.
I think I've heard of the far lands before. I'd be surprised if you hadn't.
The far lands lie at the very edge of all things, where logic gives way to chaos. They're a dangerous place to visit. And a ridiculous place to construct a laboratory.
Just wait until you see it.
Wow. It's like we're at the edge of the world.
Actually, we seem to be at the corner of it. Like a monument to chaos itself.
So what am I looking at here, exactly?
This is a natural phenomenon. The intersection of two of the great walls that form the boundary of our world. Very few have seen it in person.
Incredible.
You can say that again.
Incredible. How can he live here?
How can Ivor live here? I mean, it's one thing to build a wool world inside the end, but this...
Oh, I doubt he lives here. He most likely comes here only for his most secretive research. Whatever Ivor's hiding in here, it will be extremely well guarded.
Thank you very much, Jan, and thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. It's a great pleasure to have the opportunity to talk.
Look at it. It's flatter than a white lady's butt.
Pop, that's just ugly behavior, Pop. That's just ugly behavior.
Thing was the data set. Up until that point, there was no aboard Terra.
An instrument that measures on.
It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
On.
It is photoshopped, but it's has to be. Didn't look realistic. It looks kind of flat. Unfortunately, I'm not an astronaut. I've never been to space. Didn't look realistic. It looks kind of flat. Unfortunately, I'm not an astronaut. I've never been to space.
That you believe, hold on to something that makes you feel alright.
But perhaps most impressive of all is just how very flat it is.
Takes a giant step as scientists and technicians prepare to orbit Enos, a 5-year-old chimpanzee, around the Earth.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon.
Sound it! Sound it!
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
No. You want to buy a ticket to Antarctica? Wake up, because if we go there, we'll be able to see that Antarctica is the edge of the flat Earth. I guess anything's possible, Jerry. The edge of the flat Earth, I guess.
Alexei, tell us something interesting. Okay. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat. The flat Earth. I guess anything's possible, Jerry.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
It's really
and what do you do
SpaceX
when
and
you're
Tesla.
at space?
Or it's I think I'm like sales and then at the end something in the design studio, typically half a day a week, field things, and then
The Earth is flat.
well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible, and you can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
The Earth is flat.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Count on Paramount Home Video.
Hello? Excuse me? Yes, my name is Andrew, and I really think that you should adopt me, okay? When I first saw you, and you first saw me, we had such a strong bond, always knew we'd get along. As the time passed by, we would see this was meant to be. You would hold me close, tell me that you loved me. I would purr loud, and I was so proud. You had rescued me. You would leave home for work. I would wait by the door for you. And when you came home, I would never leave your side. Cause that's what a true friend would do.
The truth is bare, it's got no disguise on. The earth is flat, everyone's been lying.
Let's make a video, post it online. Let our bright star shine. Let the world really see who we be.
Why don't Australians fall off the pot?
We're gonna rise to the top. The legacy will never stop, never stop. We can make that dream become reality. Cause you know we're gonna rise to the top, to the top, top. We're gonna rise to the top. The legacy will never stop, never stop. So believe in me like I believe in you. Cause you know we're gonna make it to the top, to the top.
Seeing is believing. Is it?
Is a ball, is a ball, is a ball, is a ball, is a ball. Spinning, spinning is a ball. Through is a ball. Base is a ball. Sun, just overhead, is a ball, is a ball. Spinning through space is a ball, is a ball. Tom Nichols takes a dim view of flat Earth. A national security expert, he teaches at the Harvard Extension School.
You remain champion.
He also won Jeopardy! 5 times.
People have lost faith. Accelerate in a vacuum by voting on it.
So is a ball in this show it to me world. And with that, we put the ball back in Professor Nichols' court.
The world looks flat. I look out my window, I don't see a curve.
Right, the world looks flat, and I think if you try and fly an airplane.
Max the Schicksal.
Felix?
Hi, Oscar.
Is it over?
No.
That like T-Rexes are real. This one about the flat Earth was this one about the flat Earth.
Yeah.
And then the ship.
Yeah.
And then the ship.
Even though it's actually flat.
Dun dun dun.
Even though it's actually flat.
Dun dun dun.
Even though it's actually flat.
Dun dun dun.
Which looks. How do they know it's flat if it looks flat? Flat. I think it's flat. It's flat.
Well, the thing that killed me was that you could zoom in on it, and that proved that it wasn't actually disappearing over the horizon. I know a little bit that they're convinced that there is.
Which kind of begs the question
that there is no curvature of the Earth.
It's been demonstrated. They just ignore it, or they say it's all made up.
They same YouTube cue. You know, if you look at the you're playing the flat Earth video, all the cue to the right is like flat Earth exposed.
Some of that,
exposed.
yeah, some of those get hundreds of thousands of views. There's this one guy, Dr. Zach, who's I don't know where he's like a foreign guy who does these
Russian video. They're convinced that
which kind of, if it looks, how do they know it's flat if it looks? Why are they thinking it's flat?
The thing that killed me was a little bit. Things you just cannot see. I ship when in fact it's only probably a couple of inches lower on the horizon. They zoom in that but it's an optical illusion.
Yeah, and the thing is they've been shown this so many times that
Exactly.
this actually happens. There's so many videos now on YouTube that actually demonstrate.
Or because it's not in their same YouTube queue. You know, if you look at the you're playing the flat Earth video, all the cue to the right.
Who does these
Russian
videos? Yeah.
think Earth is flat. I think Earth is flat. I think Earth is flat. I was in,
Because here everything is flat.
I think Earth is flat. I think Earth is flat. I think Earth is flat.
I was in,
I think Earth is flat. I think Earth is flat. I think Earth is flat.
I was in,
Care for a flat sandwich?
You know what they put in the water, don't you? Fluoride. 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 Yeah, fluoride. On the pretext that it strengthens your teeth. Fluoride. That's ridiculous. You know what this stuff does to you? It actually weakens your will. Takes away the capacity for free and creative thought and makes you a slave to the state. Fluoride.
We have a strict flat top policy in here.
Fluoride. Fluoride.
A flat the world.
Crazy that I didn't realize it before.
Fluoride.
The Earth must be flat.
Fluoride. Remember those three little words, New World Order? Well, he was a 33rd degree Mason, you know, and a chip for identification so they could track.
Unless the world is flat.
Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
Place. But you can sleep, but it doesn't matter if but you can sleep late. But you can sleep, but it doesn't matter.
Now, having said that,
Something to say. You got something to say.
soda's flat. Soda's flat.
You don't say, sir. Something to say. You got something to say.
Place. But you can sleep late. But you can sleep, but it doesn't matter.
It was. I know it was too. Why you say I know nothing?
Sausage not far away.
Divide the child into two parts.
Search and destroy! Divide and conquer! You, man, what do you say?
We have to remember that we're actually all on one team.
How do we know the Earth is not flat?
We don't. It's flat.
I still believe the Earth was flat.
That stuff is flat.
Take everybody who thinks Earth is flat and launch.
That stuff is flat.
Take everybody who thinks Earth is flat and launch them into space.
That stuff is flat.
Take everybody who thinks Earth is flat and launch them into space.
That stuff is flat.
And launch them into space.
Wow, he's in space. Look at that. No, he's not. That stuff is flat.
I still believe the Earth was flat.
To what we think it is.
Pear-shaped.
To what we think it is.
Pear-shaped. Pear-shaped.
To what we think it is.
Well, it's like pear-shaped.
That stuff is flat.
And I will, and he can say and think it And plus, he's college educated, right? Last I checked.
About the world being flat, right?
Was it?
Where is the curvature? No curvature. The buildings aren't curved.
No way.
And do the impossible. Do the impossible.
Flat.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible.
It is photoshopped, but it has to be.
It's not something to say, I choose not to believe equals MC squared. You don't have that option. It is true whether or not you believe in it.
So that rocked. Seriously, is that cool or what?
Adam, tell us about the landing.
All right, Greg. I can't tell you too much about it.
This is called flat.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible.
It is photoshopped, but it has to be.
Dare dream big and do the impossible. The impossible. The impossible.
Touchdown confirmed. We're safe on
And
still believe the Earth was flat.
The impossible. Dream big. Dream big. Dream big. And do the impossible. The impossible. The impossible. The impossible.
There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of the truth's protective layers. There are places to go beyond belief. Places to go beyond belief. There are places to go beyond belief.
In space. Which I kind of like the absurdity of that. Sure. You can tell and a friend of mine suggested, hey, why don't you put that? You can tell it's real.
Gangster. That's how I.
But it has to be. But it has to be. But it has to be.
They must have been founding members of the Flat Earth Society. They would. We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth.
And someone else says it's flat. That's worth reporting.
Here's the difference. And what you're seeing here is a mirage.
You can tell it's real because it looks so. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Honestly.
Not only because it's flat. You can't handle it's flat.
But it has to be. But it has to be.
Study. And still believe the Earth was flat. And still believe the Earth was flat.
Gangster. That's how I perceive the government.
Welcome back, everybody. We're back with Donald Rumsfeld.
Hey, man. You ever look in the flat Earth?
It's me! That guy who does those videos! Maybe 200 years ago, everyone thought that the Earth was flat. That the Earth is flat.
Hey, man.
Men still believe the Earth was flat.
However,
No one needs to challenge people saying the Earth is flat.
we're faking it. We were faking it. We were faking it.
You ever look in the flat Earth? That's worth reporting.
Sounding like super. Caffeinated, 8-filled scars, rage quit repertoires, no answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even yours.
What a flat Earth would be like, because,
for example, and Earth is stationary. So to say something that's not that is heretical.
You think there is a flat planet in the universe?
Oh. Let me say it louder.
The world is actually flat. So he was like, oh, the world is flat. And then first people were like, oh, it's a joke. And then he was like, no, the world is flat.
The world is flat.
Looks incredibly flat.
Flat Earth. The world was flat.
So tell us about flat Earth.
And the Earth is flat.
Flat. Like, I think most people think it's flat.
That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
NASA's little secret.
The Earth is definitely flat.
Earth is flat?
That stuff is flat.
The Earth is flat.
That stuff is flat.
The world is flat.
Men still believe the Earth was flat.
The Earth was flat.
Where I'm looking, son, he said. Where I'm looking, the world is flat.
That stuff is flat.
The world was flat.
That stuff is flat.
Well, you may have seen it on your way to work or school.
The Earth be flat.
Yes, that's because the Earth is flat.
boy Eddie Bravo, and I'm promoting the Flat Earth.
The world is flat too. We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Sticking your head in the sand might make you feel safer, but it's not going to protect you from the coming storm.
People ask me, you know, if the Earth is flat.
Is the Earth flat or round? Here, it's a little. Its spin is a little stretched. It made it slightly oblate. Ah.
The world is flat.
Flat. The atmosphere looks incredibly flat. The atmosphere looks incredibly flat. Looks incredibly flat. Looks incredibly flat. Flat.
Stuff. Well, not if you try to make it into a square.
The world was flat. The world was flat.
Right. Well, hello to Hank and both Mikes, and Steve, Judy, and Charlie. Sounds like a little community, a town you've got going up there.
Remarkable thing it will be to commit to humans permanently.
Your response is to put a box saying flat.
Correct. On YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box flat.
Correct. Searching for the Earth is flat. Correct.
Interesting.
Here are the giant dinosaurs. All very nice.
Ah. Amazing.
No.
It is so cold on Titan, methane has liquefied.
The same length? That also makes sense on a flat Earth. That's the right answer.
We can go into our houses and do our flat business.
We've been gone for a long time, but there's some level of enthusiasm now that we haven't seen in some time.
Gotcha. I'll rig some sort of spray device. Remember, I used to be a pretty good crop duster.
I got something to say. I want to know how come the fascist pigs have been seeding the clouds. Right. Last hour and a half. Airplanes going over twice with all the smoke coming out of them, seeding the clouds. I want to know, why that stuff is going down, man. And why doesn't the media report that stuff to the people, man?
You're trying to ruin my business? I'm sorry. I'm a victim of circumstance. What do you think this is, a joint? I need you, too. From now on, we're a corporation. Where are we going? We got a lot of training to do.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Journey's Wake. What's up, man? Flat Stuff Earth, Paxander.
The earth is flat, yeah, that's a fact, but it's okay if you don't think like that. Said the earth is flat, yeah, that's a fact, but it's okay if you don't think about that. But let's just party tonight, we don't have to fight. Let's just party tonight, it's gonna be alright. Let's just party tonight, we don't have to fight. Let's just party tonight, it's gonna be alright.
Shout out to Witzer. Hot Flat Stuff Earth.
Let's just party party tonight, it's gonna be alright.
That's what you need. You need names in order to beget power, and we can give them to you. I know everyone.
Michael, Vsauce here, and if flat Earth were pants, if Earth isn't flat, flat Eartheners, how original, how clever.
The original.
Explain that to me, huh? I feel rock solid where I'm standing. Therefore, the Earth must be flat. What is this level? Wait a minute, huh? Australia, are you okay? Are you okay over there, Australia? Huh? I just must be flat.
Your move, flat earther.
What is this level?
It's science. Neil deGrasse Tyson wouldn't tell you about that.
Isaac Newton.
The best way to prove something is through. And I'm a Christian channel, so I may. As long as I get all the money. But what? And I'm a Christian channel, so I may. This water. It's being manipulated right now. First one, guys. I'm the first one to do this insane thing. And I'm a Christian channel, so that's how you know. If you watch a lot of YouTube videos, that's evidence.
Awesome. 20 minutes, and I didn't see your car.
Well, it's not doing anyone a favor. Probably best to just leave it at that. So.
And here's the rain part.
I had a falling out with him a long time ago.
I don't think I'm.
That I can tell you. I was not a fan.
You can't handle the truth! You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns.
Flat earthers, flat earthers, flat earthers.
Look, like, is the Earth flat? Like, I think most people think it's flat.
Hey up, it's flat.
That stuff is flat.
Thank you very much, but it lie heavy on your consciences.
Climb into the air. As our plane climbs higher and higher into the atmosphere, the air becomes less and less dense, so the plane has to fly faster to create more lift.
Hey up, it's flat.
This means that with each breath you take, you're only getting 33% of the oxygen. Just.
Wake up! Wake up! You don't see the curvature of the Earth.
The highest flying jet plane in level flight was the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly.
It is true when you look at it.
The highest flying jet plane in level flight was the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird.
You were only waiting for this moment to arise.
With a height of 85,069 feet, or 25,929 meters, and where the air density is just 2% of that at sea level. At that height, it was travelling at Mach 3.2 or 2,190 miles an hour. The SR-71 pilots had to wear a full pressure suit. When in 1966 an SR-71 piloted by Bill Weaver disintegrated at Mach 3.1 at an altitude of 78,000 feet. Flat pressure atmosphere. The pressure suit worked. Pressure suit worked.
Hey up. It's flat.
We have a bold vision to go, and we do so knowing that space exploration has improved the human condition in countless ways. And it is the partnerships over the last 50 years that have ensured a steady progress in the science, technology, exploration, and discovery for the benefit of all. With America's new directive to put humans on the moon in 2024, NASA is leading the development of exploration capabilities, and we are building a coalition of nations that can help us get to the moon quickly and sustainably together.
Building on the lessons learned from the International Space Station, the key to sustainable lunar missions is establishing an orbiting lunar outpost that we call Gateway.
America will develop and launch Gateway's power propulsion element in the near future. This outpost will be built with open standards to allow collaboration and accessibility with our international and private partners.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! You don't see the curvature of the Earth.
The first of these international partnerships is a commitment from Canada to develop advanced robotics uniquely designed for human and robotic missions.
Accelerating the timeline means a lot more focus, means a lot more focus. A lot more focus.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Watch this. Can everybody float around for us? That was really cool, Chris. Look at her.
And we're up for it.
We are looking to our international partners to develop additional components for Gateway.
The Gateway is not the end state. It is a piece of a greater mission that will prove how to explore other worlds.
A lot more focus.
That will prove how to explore other worlds with
a lot more focus.
Universe, and share in the knowledge and advances that will come.
NASA is one of our major cooperation partners in space exploration.
By going together to the moon, forward to the moon, whatever the time span is, the faster the better. That's something I really like.
We welcome a growing list of partners. And through our successes, we will change our perspective on the universe for generations to come. We go together.